Hey everybody, welcome back to What You Watchin', the Cult Classics Patreon series. Thank you for donating. It is much appreciated. Cameron Jones here with my bubbly host.
I see Mark.
God damn it, Mark Nussle. I knew it was me.
And my other host.
And
my other host.
I guess that'd be me, Jordan Jones.
Quick update from last week. I left everybody hanging. I watched a scary movie about a Wendigo I couldn't remember. It's called Antlers, available on HBO. I'd recommend it. Heartwarming, heartbreaking, good father-son, really? Kind of scary movie. Kind of. There's elements of that.
That's kind of funny. Like, I don't know.
I feel like most scary movies now have messages and, whole things to get across. I feel like there's usually heartbreaking, sad things in there nowadays.
Off the top of my head, two Mount Rushmore of movies that involve antlers. I'm gonna go Beauty and the Beast, both live action and animated.
It's more of a
and
beast
there's
thing,
a small. It's got horns, and there's a small portion of Dances with Wolves where he has to take that scary deer head out of the river.
Whenever you can fit it in. I would have said Daniel Radcliff horns. It's all about him growing antlers out of the top of his head.
Okay.
Sorry, of movies I've seen. That's my Mount Rushmore.
But that was an update from last week. Also on HBO, I finally got around to The Kingsman. Jordan, you were talking about it with me off air. I enjoyed it. It's not as good as the original. I think it's better than the sequel. So my order might be 1, 3, 2.
I have seen it.
Is it a prequel?
Yeah.
Yeah. It takes place during World War One.
So could I
Love the
potentially
idea of
watch
the
that
prequel.
before even?
Yeah, it doesn't really matter or correlate.
Okay.
I mean, there are a few hidden fun little Easter eggs just because it takes place in the same clothing shop and stuff, but I don't think it really matters story-wise.
Did he same director that did Eddie the Eagle? Am I mistaken on that?
That's the one that did the original Kingsman. I don't think it was this one.
Okay.
Yeah, I think by now we've moved on. What have you guys been watching though? What else has been going on for you guys?
I just want to talk about the Kingsman real quick though.
Oh yeah.
I like the concept of Attempt. It was just kind of clunky in the fact that it was clunky. It was a weird paced movie.
Kind of. I do get
that. Good cast though.
Yeah, I mean the acting was well done. Rasputin was fun.
Is it too long?
No. Well, kind of. It did seem long, but
play is long.
Yeah.
Play is long.
But I mean it was enjoyable.
Do you want to know what it made me be like? Maybe I should dust off the old. I don't know what you dust off in the digital age, but I'm gonna watch League of Extraordinary Gentlemen
That's right.
again.
You
gave me League of Extraordinary Gentlemen vibes.
It did pop up somewhere. I did see a thumbnail of it, so you can very easily stream it somewhere. Netflix?
I don't know. I think I probably own it on a lot of platforms.
This is available on HBO and Hulu, Netflix. I mean, a bunch of places. But I did finally finish the new season of Rick and Morty. I was trying to stretch it out. Also, though, just enjoyable. Just enjoyed it immensely once again.
Kingsman, got it.
Do you know what I can say about Rick and Morty that I like, especially for a cartoon show? They've developed their character arcs and character relations, and a lot of time those devolve as the show goes on. They become much more caricatures of themselves. I guess they're still in the sweet spot, 5 seasons.
I mean, Jerry, I think you were even saying you don't maybe want a whole Jerry-centric episode where it's starring him, but when he's heavily in an episode, it's great.
Jerry, even plot lines are boring sometimes, but Jerry's one-off, sad jokes.
True.
I don't get sick of those.
Even Summer, she's brought a lot more to the show the past.
I think Summer's become maybe the second best character, maybe sometimes. Her and Rick episodes are fun.
That's true, and you're getting a lot more of those. But Mark, go ahead and check out the new season of Rick and Morty if you haven't.
I haven't even seen
It's good.
Is there only 2 seasons?
There are 4.
4. So I need to catch up.
There might be 5.
I need to catch up.
I kind of ranted here. What have you guys been watching?
Jordan, you want to go?
Sure. I had a week off from work last week, so I spent it going to the movies. I think I talked previously about The Batman.
Yep.
Did I talk on Death on the Nile?
You did mention both because that was kind of your movie.
Okay, and I did the trifecta of movies that are out right now that I saw. I saw Uncharted.
Oh, how was that? I've heard nothing but bad things.
It was okay. It was just an action adventure, paint by the numbers, which is good. I saw it in the theater, so I paid attention. I don't think that I don't know
why I thought you were going to say Licorice Pizza.
I've seen that as well. And I saw that a while back though. That was Paul Thomas Anderson, and I don't like his man. I gotta say what I do like. It's just like an event watching Licorice Pizza. It really sets you in the mood of the 70s. Whether or not the story is entertaining, I enjoyed the movie.
Okay.
And with Uncharted, it made me want to watch National Treasure, and I did.
Perfect.
That's
It
it.
would make me feel like an Indiana Jones or something, or I guess playing the game, which is where I'd probably go to.
So yeah, I don't know if it would have made you want to play the game. I just like action adventure. I hope they never stop making them. So even though I don't think Uncharted was the best, I thought it was enjoyable enough. And you know,
I worry that the way it's filmed makes me like it reminds me of like Jungle Cruise or some sort of like like Dwayne Johnson movie.
Mostly green screen, a lot of CGI,
Yeah,
fake
a lot
background
of
kind of
CGI.
vibe,
I think
but
that's
not
the
done in
big
the but not
difference.
done in the good way, like the Mandalorian, where they're on that big like just LED screen set.
Right.
I would say the best place to watch this is definitely with commercials on TNT. I don't know how kids watch anything anymore, but for our age group, just wait till it's on TNT. Don't stream it. Straight up commercials.
That's great.
wouldn't mind
I checked out Jake Johnson. You guys remember Jake Johnson, New Girl?
I am, yeah. I recast them all the time in our main podcast, or I used to.
He wrote a movie called Ride the Eagle. I don't know if you guys seen it. So
Haven't even heard of it.
Sort of a dramedy. I think it's on Amazon. Came
It's
out
like
in
a guy
2021.
finding himself, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
His
I saw
mom
that
dies
preview, and I'm like,
leaves
I'm gonna
him
watch
tapes to finish a list of tasks to sort of like learn more about himself. And I don't know, it's wholesome, but it's a little long just because it's kind of just him the whole movie. You see J.K. Simmons show up like halfway through, but it's all right.
I will go on a tear if I'm in the mood, if I'm feeling all melancholy. Even though he's an adult in this, like a coming of age story, like a finding yourself. Love those.
Yeah.
Same.
Secret
What was
Life
the
of
name
Walter
of the?
Mitty.
I really do love that movie a lot. I've seen that maybe 50 times.
Cameron, your Walter Mitty is my Stranger Than Fiction. You can't defend it because people don't give a shit, and it's been out too long, but it's the exact same thing. It's
that's the
just
best-
whimsical enough.
That's the best defense you've actually ever given that movie.
Thank you. But the way you feel about Stranger Than Fiction is the way I'm always going to feel about Walter Mitty. I'm like, cool.
Ooh,
I saw it.
another guilty pleasure. I have been teasing this one for a few weeks, but I finally I rented Edge of Tomorrow like a week and a half or two ago. Finally
Lived, die,
watched it the
repeat.
other night. God, it's still so enjoyable. Is it Tom Cruise's best movie? Maybe, honestly, maybe. It's really enjoyable. He's charming in it. It's kind of funny. It's action packed. There's romance in it. I really like that movie.
Even though he's outside of the danger zone.
I mean,
Oh, he's very much in the danger zone. If you've
there's
seen
another
it.
movie very similar to it that came out around the same time called Oblivion, and I kind of like that movie too. It's
Which
not
one's
as
Oblivion?
he plays he's like on a dystopian Earth, and he's like an astronaut doing sweeps and stuff. But
That's
there's
Tom
some
Cruise.
and there's some like alien resistance. Plot twists to ensue.
Do you want to know a big conclusion I've come to in life about like what I enjoy in movies and what I don't? I absolutely love movies about NASA and early space exploration. I don't entirely like science fiction or movies set in space.
I can dive that way. I do like myself some sci-fi, so
Martian, what do you think about that then?
loved the book, and then they made a movie, and it was one of those things where I could finally have a.
Okay.
I read it first, and it was one of those. It was very rare time where I'm like, "Oh, I've read that book before the movie came out," so I say that
what
all
a
the time.
douchebag.
I know, but I was really proud about it. I independently came across that, read it, and then the movie came out like a year later.
I borrowed Cameron's Kindle for like 6 months. He's like, "Try The Martian," and I'm like, "I've seen the movie twice, man. You know I can't read it now.
It's
I can't."
actually it's a funny read.
Oh, really? Interesting.
It's very it's surprisingly scientifically accurate without being boring, and also kind of witty and
Now
funny.
I want to read that. Like, this is not what you're reading.
I mean, because it's the movie. I mean, it's just Matt Damon
Oh, if
kind of
we
being
are
like,
doing
"I'm gonna
what you're
die," and I'm
reading-
like just talking to myself and breaking things down. That's
Jordan,
the book.
no, we don't want to read the
What
Bible.
you're reading? What you're reading? I'm still working on that short story Stephen King thing. I definitely will not finish
nice.
it someday.
How many short stories are in it? You say like 10?
No, there's only like 4. They're longer short stories. They're
Oh,
like
okay.
100 pages. So it's not like
You're reading 4
10
books,
pages.
is what you're doing.
Short books. Like really short books. I mean, like 100 pages though, or like 70 pages is a long read for me. The Martian Mark though it's weird. I know it's set in space, but it's like a throwback 90s feel-good movie. It's Patch Adams. It's all that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I kind of.
That's the feel it has more than the setting. It's like a
Jack.
callback.
And is that the feel the book has? Not exactly, but it's a good book. Check it out sometime. Anything else you guys been watching this week?
I finished Marvelous Miss Maisel season 4, whatever.
Oh,
we're
the
on.
new one? Nice.
The new one, yeah. I just like that show.
Summary
Did you binge it?
overall.
Summary overall is, I like the show a lot, and no matter where the plot arc goes, I just enjoy each episode.
Okay.
And I don't normally say this about shows, but they only do about 8 episode seasons, and it's not enough to propel like the character's plot enough. But I just like it, and my guess is it probably won't last that long or resolve itself. So I just enjoy it for what it is.
I feel like a lot of the Amazon shows, which I believe it is, are usually not destined to live as long as it has. So good for it.
Yeah.
Although, don't they have like Doom Patrol maybe and some other things? No, that's definitely HBO. Never mind.
I don't really know a lot of their shows, but I like it. I think the cast is funny. They have good chemistry. The costume's amazing. And it deals with comedy and Jews, and I like both of those things.
Where's it fall in your list of those seasons?
It's tough because it's fresh. Probably one's the best. It's just 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
It's just
down the
slowly.
line.
Nice.
Can't argue
Yeah, I
that.
think but it had a really good finale. I think episode.
Do you think that's it? That's all they're gonna do?
I think I read that they came back, but between the last season and this one was like 3 years. So my guess is it could come back or it could just
okay.
never come back. I don't
Sure.
know.
That's one of 2 shows, that and Schitt's Creek, that the family are all really into and talk about that I have to finally get around to. But
Me too.
I will.
Schitt's Creek, I gotta get around to that.
Well, it's one of those shows also that's hard that I've also heard, hey, it's going to take about a season or 2, but then you'll love it. Because I get it, and I do love a lot of those shows, but it is hard to get into those.
Shows like that, though, I think, and this is probably, you guys can relate to this. I know Cameron does, and I know some other people in my family do. If it gets hype, you're going to be like, fuck you, I'm never going to watch it. It's not what I want to do. Yep. So I don't want to be told. But if you watch it and you find it in your own time, like Schitt's Creek, Veep was a huge one for me. I'm like, I'm never watching it, but it's good.
You've been
just
talking
a lot of
it
the
up.
ones are good.
That's one that I will get to. It's just I need to find the time, and I have it. But
Do you guys have top shows that you've put off and you're like, someday I actually do want to get to this? I have 2 series. I'm like, I'm going to do that someday.
kind of, you've been hearing me talk about it. I mean,
The
it
Office.
was...
It's embarrassing to say. I've only seen like 5 full episodes.
I did that,
I
like-
do want to do the whole thing though.
That was a COVID one I chipped away at. I did The Office. I did Dexter. So those were the 2 big ones that I got rid of during COVID.
Oh, Dexter's a good one. Yeah.
I have 1. And I don't know if it'll ever happen, but I still, even at this point, with all the options on TV and streaming movies, I want to give Sopranos a go. I really do.
Funny enough, I've always thought of that, and also it's gotten a
good
little
one.
old enough now that it'll be kind of nostalgic to be like, oh, this is like late middle school, high school for me.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
that's
yeah.
kinda
What year
fun,
did
too.
that end? Probably like 2005 or
Yeah.
something?
So honestly, I've been thinking because of that, it might be kind of nice to dip in right now for me.
And I like gangster shit like that. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm totally keen on that. Have you seen The Wire, Jordan?
No, that's another one
That's
I know
another
I
one.
should. Those are like the 2. Yeah, those are the big ones like that, Evolve TV.
Wire, West Wing with Sorkin. I've heard a million times from a family to check
Yeah,
it out.
Sorkin
and
era, yeah.
And I
Do you know what the
might-
problem with West Wing is? Network TV, 26 episode seasons.
That is a bit much. for me.
45 minutes without commercials. That's a lot to watch.
Yeah.
How can you undo that? You know what you did? You watched Newsroom. Boom, you're good. Sorkin.
I do love
It's
Newsroom.
7 episodes a season. It's 3 seasons. You get in, you get out.
And if you just pretend there's 2 seasons, that's a great British like show kind of thing that like we give you 2 and then we're just dipping off. Even it's not British, but that's style.
No, right.
there are 2 sneaky great things about that show. One sneaky thing, love the intro, but also before Mark watched it, he walked in on a maybe the series finale with Cameron. Spoiler alert coming up. Everything I say has a spoiler word, so just either listen or don't. But I can't wait. Mark's what was the song? It wasn't "Oh Danny Boy," but it was essentially something like that.
It was a death on the show, and it was a big moment that Mark walked in on. Yeah, like,
But
oh
he's
my
like,
God.
no, I think he was like, "Oh, who died?" It's like, oh, it's just like this really important character. Like he called it. Like,
Oh yeah, just
immediately.
the offhandness of it.
Yeah.
Oh, he died. Yeah.
Well, whatever. I still like Newsroom. I think that's one of my favorite shows in the last 10 years. I really like that show.
Same. Recommendation for the week to wrap it up. What's the favorite thing you watched? I've seen it before, but mine's still going to be Edge of Tomorrow. Check it out. I love
Edge
it.
of Tomorrow. Well, real quick, Cameron, that's Tom Cruise, right? Mm-hmm. When is Top Gun coming out?
Who knows, man?
I'll look up while you're talking amongst yourself. I'll look up the release date.
Mandela Effect. I think it came out 2 years ago. I don't know.
My girlfriend got me to watch the Peanut Butter Falcon. I should have watched that ages ago. It's wholesome. It's heartwarming. It's like a Huck Finn.
I know the
Mark
title,
Twain
but I
kind of vibe.
don't know the movie.
Shia LaBeouf. There's a Down syndrome character in it. It's just very wholesome.
I've heard of it. Seen maybe a trailer for it, but have not seen it.
Yeah.
I saw them on the award show circuit hanging out together. The kid that acts in it.
Yeah.
Recent? Oh wait, I do remember that from a few years ago.
Within the last 2 years, I think.
Yeah, a few years ago. Yeah.
Okay.
Good. Wholesome.
Nice. Jordan, your recommendation for the week?
Top Gun Maverick coming out May 27th, 2022. Check it out.
Let's go.
Is that your recommendation or just a fun fact?
I'm going to say one, and I may recommend this every week, but I really did rewatch this movie over the last week while I wasn't working. Mm-hmm. In Bruges is still fucking awesome.
I agree with that. It's not my favorite movie, but you have made it high up there as a high contender for me.
It's just a great movie. If
Have
you
you
haven't watched it,
Have you watched it recently?
I watched it 4 days ago.
Oh, hell yeah.
I just was flipping through. I think I watched a
That's a
movie.
perennial watch for you.
Oh, maybe more. Because
Seasonal.
if you go back to one of our podcasts, we talk about go to bed movies that are so comfortable. It's like a warm blanket you put on. That's just one for me, but I end up finishing the movie the whole time. Every time I watch it. Go check that out. Out of the 3 movies I saw in theater, The Batman's the best one to see in theater.
I've been hearing nothing but good things. I think I am planning on seeing that soon.
I know it's going to come streaming soon, but go see it in theater.
I want to hit theaters for that one. I missed Spider-Man. Granted, it might still be there, but I messed up.
Spider-Man's still in theater. I'm thinking about seeing it because, why not?
Okay, well, maybe I'll still that
Well,
up.
luckily, I really pittered out the end of this.
Well, thanks for checking out this week's episode of What You Watching. Thank you again for donating. It's helping keep this whole network float. So it's much appreciated from me, Mark, and Jordan. We'll catch you next time.